And joined with me is Jumpin Cliff Jones.
G'day and welcome, Chukka.
Well, this is a very special day for us at Channel 8. We are trying out the new experimental piece of video camera technology to help broadcast all the stats and highlights and action that you could possibly consume in 4 hours.
Well, I'm sure some of our technical stuff will try and edit out some of those highlights for you.
Yes, one of the most famous parts of Channel 8 history is highlight editing.
It takes us back to some of the great grand finals, some of those precious moments we never got to see.
Let's not forget the most famous of them, the G-grade grand final where Benny Menfo.
Ah, who could forget?
Yes, there were about 15 runs to win, and we didn't get to see one.
But marvellous. But we did see the celebration at the end.
Yes.
Joyous. And what were they celebrating? The fact that they didn't have to watch it again later on that evening. Players just going through their warm-up routine as the cameraman wobbles the unit around. And we think there'll be a good deal less wobbling
as the game progresses.
We had a retirement this week. Susan Lazy has called it a day from the technical staff.
Yes.
She's been with us for a couple of years now, and she's gone on to do, I think, parties and functions at home.
Well, she did say that if this new piece of technology failed, she would come back to the team.
She's going to be missed. And we can remember saying spin, 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 and very little else to Susan.
So, Mitch addressing the troops.
Boys? Now, guys.
We'll take a break, and when we get back, we'll have the first ball. Welcome back. This is Channel 8 24-hour sport channel. If you have any comments you'd like to make, just send them to channel8sports@hotmail.com, and we'll get back to you.
And we will be operating our text message service, so if you've got a comment now, just text them in, and we'll be reading out a lot of those during the morning.
Yes, the opening bowler is to continue the tall, very high arm action of...
Isn't that Solanke?
He picked up those 2 wickets in the first session, Cliff.
Oh yes, I think he was the one they were talking about who could bowl.
Yes. George LBW and then Legasic caught at mid-wicket going for the pull shot. He's bowling to Roe McDougall. 7 runs at no average. His only score, 7 not out.
Let's see if he's loosened up properly. The first ball.
Gently left to the keeper.
Very much a loosener there.
Yes, he was definitely bowling well last week, getting plenty of bounce out of this Panton deck, causing some trouble, and he picked up those 2 wickets in his second over.
That first one had nothing on it though. Comes in. Still getting a bit of outswing, as some of the camera staff remember to pan over to the field, but I'm sure they'll get the hang of it.
Yes.
Comes in. Right arm over the wicket, that very upright action. Slight windmill, that's a bit of all.
Let's go a bowler, Max!
Some of the spectators enjoying some early refreshments, I think.
Oh, it's all happening here. He's a Victorian.
Left alone by McDougall.
And now starting to work into a little bit of pace, and that line's improving just outside the off stump.
270. Must have been a bit in it for stuff for once.
And the over coming up, short. Fires that one in, tempting a little bit, but McDougall holding back, and it just passes through to the keeper.
End of the over. Well, Cliff, we're up here in the Panton Media Centre, with where the cameras are and all the members of the press, and I'm surprised about how many people are in here. Because of how boring the test match is, all the English press have decided to come here.
Yes, I think we've benefited a little bit from the one-sided nature of the test. That one barely got off the carpet.
Yes. Very interesting pitch Panton Hill's always been. There's areas, if you put some effort in, you'll get extra bounce. If you just let it dribble on, it'll roll.
Very much nothing in, nothing out. And
it'll swing, it'll spin. It's a very, very odd deck.
Fun for all the family.
It's straight to the opening bowler, who's fielding at point.
It's an early cut shot there. Was that too early to start playing the cut? Nice ball there. And Bellingham coming forward. And back just clipping the pad on the way through. But nice shape and a little bit of outswing there. The ball is moving at this early stage.
We're only the 6 over in.
The length wasn't quite there that next delivery, and it was a good length, that first one, that created the appeal for caught behind. He just wasn't able to come forward and cover it. Nicely full for the square drive. We're seeing some of fielding action we've never seen before on Channel 8. It's out,
And he's gone.
too early to play the shot. We were wondering about that.
Not a great shot by Bellingham. It was wide outside off.
No, I think it was too close. It
Alright.
was too close to cut, and he looked to some sort of square drive.
First he looked like the one going for the cut shot, then he pulled out of it, and in the end let the bat hanging, and he's out for 6. So Bellingham caught behind off the bowling of the Indian bowler for 6, and they're 3 down now for 20 something. So game on, definitely, Cliff.
Definitely. And yes, just I think a little bit too early to start playing that ball away. The eye wasn't in, the ball was moving, and really not a convincing stroke at all. It wasn't a cut shot, it was more a open-faced push into the off, but the feet didn't go, and it's a good wicket to Yellow Cap team.
Definitely. And Mitchell comes to the crease, who just is in good form. 3 innings, 2 50s, 100. Just scored 75 off 31 balls just last round. Left alone by McDougall. Oh, Rowan definitely is due for runs. He's been mostly used as a bowler for this team with his little medium paces, but he definitely can hit the ball. Bowler's in. Left alone nicely. Odd look
Feel there, and
he didn't hit that. That was nowhere near the bat.
no, but then again, I didn't hear Jackson hit it either.
McDougall to face. Nicely defended there at point.
Comes in again. Shorter this time, but loud pass by, end of a very tight over. That's a maiden.
So Bradley Mitchell onto strike. 75 he scored last match against a very sorry looking bowling attack. 75 of 31 balls. He bowled his 50 off 26 balls. You can see what kind of form he's in. He's off the mark straight away. This team have got to fancy their chances now. And they'll need over 100 more runs. And they've got 7 wickets in hand. Those 7 wickets will be tough. They include Mitchell, Gilmore, Bentley, even Bateman. So they've got to work hard here. Mitchell's one player that they need to get out. That's 4. The camera crew just getting used to the zoom controls, the zoom in and zoom out, which way they work. Yes, up is close, back is away. It's pretty amazing, really. We saw in the previous game, as soon as Mitchell came to the crease, they just bowled terribly. And Mitchell creamed them. Now, they've been bowling well, Mitchell comes in, and they bowl terribly. What's the deal? There's only one result that could have been 4 runs. End of the over. The tall, medium fast bowler coming in for his 4th over. He's got to be looking to bowl all 10 today. He's been the most threatening. If you're at the Cracknell, if you're around Panton Hill today, why not come up to the Cracknell Reserve? You can see this exciting match. Who will win? Panton Hill were named incredible favourites at the Channel 8 Sport, everything, the Channel 8 Sport newspaper, the Channel 8 Sport magazine. On their internet site, all the experts at Channel 8 reckoned it was Panton Hill easily, but they're 3 down for 20 something. It's going to take a lot of hard work, actually now that Mitchell scored those runs. 3 for 30 something. 100 runs, 7 wickets in hand. No ball. Overstepping there. He's not particularly fast, just a matter of a miscalculation in his run-up. Dougal looking to stay there for a long time, long innings for him. He's not trying to throw his wicket away, and he's faced out his 3rd maiden, which would assume that that guy's bowled all his 5, which would be a good effort for him. There's Mitchell, averaging about 130 with the bat. Looking at trying to achieve the league award. Now, four runs. The multicultural bowler has decided to go around the wicket to Mitchell, which could be deadly because there is no one behind square on the leg side. Dougal onto strike, still 0 not out. Looking for a big innings. Horticultural bowler to continue, this time over the wicket. And he bowled it on his pads. Single there. End of the over. The tall bowler coming in for his last over of his spell. He's bowled very well.
Shot. Bradley, run him out. Well run.
They got 3 from that. Excellent running. And that's the end of McDougall. He is out for a duck, bowled by Solanke for 0. Panton 4 down for 30. Jumpin Cliff Jones has just returned to the commentary box. What do you have to say about that, Jumpin Cliff Jones?
Well, that's put the cat amongst the pigeons, and the ball's certainly moving around, and it's the job of the openers to see off that movement, but both the openers back in the pavilion and 2 others.
Yes. McDougall seemed to be playing the defensive shot quite well, but that ball seemed to move away, didn't cover his off stump, and the off stump was removed.
Yes, I think the bowler was searching early for that ball just outside off. McDougall was picking up the early movement and left it alone, but then the bowler adjusted to bowl on middle or leg to draw the shot, and he did, and cleaned up the off peg.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting next half an hour of play because Panton's 2 best batsmen are out there, Mitchell and now Gilmore. If they can pick these guys up, now you'd think that the fielding team are favourites, but half an hour of Gilmore and Mitchell, you'd think they could score the 100 runs.
Well, it'll be interesting. I don't think such a simple tactic as that movement on off or on middle and leg, say, will work against Gilmore. But early in the piece, with the pressure on, anything could happen.
To come up in the batting order, we've got Balding, Bentley to come, and I can't think of much else in the batting department that would really...
Must have cost the coach's mind to throw Bentley in now instead of Gilmore.
Yes, he's obviously thinking Gilmore will be able to put the advantage onto Edge straight away. You'd think that Bentley would do a good job. He'd just hang around, give Mitchell some support, and they could survive for a while. But no, thinking that it's the best way to blast this team out of the match.
The ball's swinging around, and the bowler's directing it well at the stumps and drawing the shot.
Well, this opening bowler has bowled such a great spell.
So it's probing around that off stump. Not a lot of movement, but a bit of movement, and that's all it takes.
3 wickets in his 5 overs for a single figure conceding of runs. Not out, going down leg. That was an obvious one. It's a bit of a worry because the umpire lifts up his hand, the cap off his head to give it to the bowler, and it must give the batsman some heart trouble.
Yes, some early medication required.
There was one umpire, an international umpire, that for every delivery he used to change his wedding ring from his right to left hand and move his hand in front as if he was going to give the finger out to the batsman. It's tough being a batsman at those days.
and just clipped onto the leg.
Giving Mitchell the single almost brings Gilmore onto strike. I think they're more likely to get Gilmore out than they are to Mitchell.
6-3 field. So certainly backing in the bowlers well a tight line.
No fine leg. That'll be on the highlight package. The worst delivery of the day. Gilmore. Going down leg. Gilmore likes to say leg side of the ball and try and smash it through the offside, so it's very hard for him to get out of W unless he goes for his exaggerated block shot. But then he's always a candidate. And that's a huge wicket. That's the end of Gilmore. Seems to have chopped that on, going for his defensive shot. And this is game on here. We are in for a thrilling match. They are 5 down for 30. This is a huge wicket. Gilmore has been bowled for 1. Or is it a duck? Might be a duck. And now Bentley has to come out. This could be a tight game. Mitchell's out there hitting the runs with ease, and the rest of the team's falling apart. This could be a great game on our hands. They still need about 95 more runs. But look at the batting. Mitchell, not much else you can say about that. Bentley, who's in form. He just scored a 40 not out in the money reserve match in the one day against bloody St Francis. So he definitely, and he obviously will be confident after taking those 4 wickets. He'll be in some good form, and he'll be able to stick around. He's always been able to stick around. I used to open the batting with him because he was such a good watcher and concentrator and defender of the ball. But this is a challenge. The multicultural bowler has picked up his 2nd wicket in his last over. This is such a crucial partnership. To come, Luke Balding, Bateman, Barfield. I don't think there's that much else. Left alone by Bentley. And that's the end of the over. Panton Hill will be hoping that that's the end of those bowlers for good. 5 for 25 here. Got informed by my one of my executives that the rule is at the start of the day you can bowl a brand new spell. So this guy is bowling his last over. He's bowled 5 today. He's up to his 7th over. Solanke into Mitchell. The pressure might get to Mitchell. That's the only way he's going to go out of a bad shot to throw his wicket away. If he just concentrates on playing sensibly, he won't go hurt. 112 runs to win. It looks heavy. End of the over. The multicultural bowler bowl his last over, and then they have to change the bowling. Yeah, if their change of bowlers are a bit weak, and Bentley and Mitchell are able to get away, this could be a very interesting clash. Looking at the ground and the sky, I'd say this is going to be a beautiful day. Nice, warm.
5:36.
I've just been informed by my statistician that it's 5 for 36 of 14 overs. So 95 runs to win. Left alone by Bentley. Good watching. It's going to be a warm day. There's enough cloud cover that the sun might go behind a cloud, and that way there won't be any glare. Wide there by the multicultural bowler. And considering how many wickets Henry Hill have lost, that would be good news for my team. Why not come down to Cracknell Reserve later this afternoon, see Panton Hill Money Reserve taking on the Mill Parkians. Nathan Grimshaw made 100, Teakle made a 50, Panton Hill 296, all out, and they've replied with none for 30 so far. So, you'd think this would be an interesting clash, but maybe the pitch has a bit in it, which would be good signs for us, not the team out there right now, the under-16s. This is the focus, the under-16s. A new change in the change bowler. It's like a medium pacer. We'll see what he bowls. 10 overs have been bowled today. Just leaves the 35 or so overs in the match. Well, that was smashed. He definitely does look like a medium pacer. Doesn't look like much to him. Slip gully. 3 men in the covers. 3 men saving one on the leg side.
That's it, Bradley. Head down, wait for the loose one. Well done.
That was smashed. If only they had someone fielding in close. That would have been funny. Instead, Bradley Mitchell just brought up 2 boundaries into the mid-wicket boundary, and he is playing like he has all season. No change of the field. Swale going a bit deeper. Mitchell to strike. Another change of the bowling. Another medium pacer to come on. So these definitely don't look as good as the opening bowlers. So you'd say Mitchell might just take him to the cleaners. Shot.